Hey, hey, good people. Hey, hey, Moroccan Moors. Welcome to Peep Game TV Presents another episode of Live at 5. I'm your man SRD. And as usual, our mission and our intentions is to uplift fallen humanity, one person, one family, one neighborhood, one city, one state at a time. And I apologize for being late, had some things, to take care of. But I took care of it. So, I'm going to stay on still the half hour. Being that I got on late, we'll shut down about, you know, 35:36. Now, did you guys watch the president candidacy? And and I hope you guys did, because it would have given you the opportunity to see why we are in dire need of restoring our own government. When you look at the two individuals that are running, you it's almost sad to see how these two individuals were going back and forth like children, and they supposed to be the heads of our entire country that has people life at their capacity, their whims, their thoughts. These are people that we are entrusting or have entrusted in a position that affects many of our lives. And until, recently, all we could do is bear, grit our teeth, and go with it. Now, think about it. Now, think about if, once you vote, which one of them actually going to do something for you? And it even came to the point where they even mentioned, you know, where the commentator brought up what would each of them do, you know, with the black vote, you know, and well asked Biden, you know, how he feel about the black voters being disappointed because he didn't live up to what he said he was going to live up to. However, you have some black individuals, who are comfortable with what he did because they are diehard Democrats. And it's a shame because the Democrats nor the Republicans really have our best interests at heart. And the majority of our people will vote for Biden, even after even after what they saw last night. They will run out here and vote for Biden. Why? Because America has our people so mixed up and so confused that many of us, anyway, many of us so mixed up and so confused that we think that, okay, Biden is better than Trump. And at this point, just look at, what it was like, even though during the time Trump's presidency, it was COVID. You know, me, where I stand. I'm not going to vote for either one of the guys because a vote for them is taking away voting for a state official in the state that I'm from. And I hope you guys look at it the same way, that a vote for either one of those individuals is a vote against reestablishing our own government. We have been caught up too long in the turmoil of America. It's been too long that we have dealt with uncertainty when it comes to us as a people, when we've dealt with inequality when it comes to us as a people. And how long do we intend to endure this? How long are we going to be comfortable with being in a country that really haven't and never will acknowledge us as true, people of the country? They, think about the fact that when the commentator brought up black people, he brought up black votes. He didn't say American votes. So that shows you that when when America talks about us as a people, they put us as something separate. We're something separate than, everyone else. We're considered American when it benefits America, but when it benefits us, we're not considered American. So if we are not considered American, why do we continue trying to get people to accept us that have no intentions of really accepting us wholeheartedly? And especially now that we've come to the realization that we have our own nationality, and this land that America resides in belongs to us as a people, that America is residing in the Moroccan Empire. Now that we've come to know that, many of us, and those of you who are learning, why should we continue to support the American uh, aspirations? Why should we continue to do that when we have the opportunity to actually rebuild our nation, to become a nation within a nation of people? Because we're separate anyway. So why not be separate and equal in government, equal when it comes to having a state that recognizes our nationality, that we utilize because we we use self-determination to determine our nationality. We have the right to determine who we are. For far too long, we have allowed America and the United States government to tell us who we are, who we were, how we're supposed to act, what we can do, what we can't do. Aren't you guys tired of that? Aren't you guys tired of being basically looked at or feel like a puppet, a toy? I know I am. So for me, it's no other option except us doing what we need to do to solidify our own government. There's no other option for me. I don't see anything that's gonna make us in the situation better for us. I don't see voting for Democrat or Republican bringing about a tremendous change for us as a people, that we are put on the front or prioritized, because look what's happening. Now, one thing that Trump was saying, that was he was being truthful with, is look at the migrants. Look at the migrants. Look at the people who are migrating here from, you know, other countries, but those people are not people that share our same tribal connection. These people are coming here, and America is finding ways to help these people get on their feet. And because the whole black and white thing, how America has put that hierarchy together, they bring the so-called white people here, put them in positions, put them in neighborhoods where black people, so-called black people live, where the black people live, and they give them resources that will put them on a higher status financially than the black people, so that those people who acknowledge themselves as white begin to look at the black people like, okay, they less than. I came here in 2 years and I'm doing well. You guys been here all your life and you're still struggling. So we need to look at that. We need to look at what's happening. We need to look at how we are being played, how we are being gamed. That's the cause that this show, the channel that is Peep Game TV, Peep Game and television, Peep what's going on around you. Peep how we have been played and we continue to be played as a people. Yeah, individually, there are some of us, 1% of us that are doing well financially or on a millionaire, billionaire status. That's 1%. What about the other 99%? What about those people? You know, what about us? What about, you know, even you have another 10% who basically are able to capitalize off of the other 85%. So, at the end of the day, we as a people had an opportunity to make our lives, to take control of our lives, to take control of our lives and be able to make our lives better. And it's not going to be easy, but what is easy for us? What has been easy for us as a people? So we there's no need for us to expect that what we are striving to do is going to be easy. There's no reason for us to expect that what we're striving to do is not going to come with any confrontation. It's going to come with confrontation. However, confrontation, we're being confronted now. We're dealing with confrontation. So why not deal with confrontation and have some backing, some legal backing? Because when we really look at the whole situation of government, government displays power, government displays control. And because we are the minorities in American government, we don't have enough political power to get the control that we need or that we striving for. Just think about it. Yeah, you get a few people, a few of our people that get in offices, get in positions, but they're in a position and they're still beholden to the United States government. So it doesn't really help us, and we be gamed by some of our own people telling us, vote, you got to vote. People died for you to vote, died for us to vote. And that gets us fired up. What about the people who died for us to know who we are and to reclaim our nationality and died so that we could one day acknowledge ourselves as Moroccan Moors and get away from Black, African American, and people of color and just plain American, what about those people? What about honoring those people? What about honoring the people who knew that we had a government? What about honoring the people who were a part of our original government? What about honoring those people? You know? So we have a tendency to allow ourselves to be misled, you know, misled, easily, following. And at the end of the day, we follow, we influenced, and then what happens? We follow people, we be influenced by people, and it doesn't benefit us as a whole. It benefits some of us, but we need a large majority of us to be good. That's the goal, to have a large majority of us good. Those who want better, why shouldn't they be able to have better? If those don't want to do better, then they entitled to that. We all have a choice. And I choose to come here 5 days a week, take a half hour out of my life to sit and share my views, hoping that my views will rub off on someone else and they will take up the torch and start sharing the views as well. And ultimately, we get to a point where we have those 50 Moroccan states and the Moroccan Empire be live and jumping. That's the goal, because by having the Moroccan Empire, we are able to finally unite under one banner, a Moroccan flag that can unite us not just here in this land, but unite us all across the world, where we can be united as one people under a flag that we chose for ourselves, a flag that we created, and an identity that our ancestors died, and many of us didn't know about that lineage. We owe it to them. We owe it to them to bring that back. We owe it to them to reestablish our government. We owe it to ourselves and the younger generation. The younger generation needs to see us as the adults take control of our lives, take control of institutions and reestablish institutions that will benefit us without any fear, without being ashamed. Because why should we be ashamed to be who we are? Like we've accepted black and we be wholeheartedly with black. So let's be wholeheartedly as Moroccan Moors. We're Moroccan, and Moors is just a abbreviation for Moroccan. So let's start utilizing our legal identity, our legal nationality, and start putting some states, put these other 43 states together so that we can be in a position to start ruling again, to start governing ourselves again. It's not impossible because it was done before. And this was the big secret. What they call the Illuminati, where they don't want us, where America and the government been trying to keep this from us. This is the big secret. People in our community know. that we are Moors. They are people, people that we respect, people that we look up to, sadly. And they're still pushing the black scenario, and the white man is in our the white man is the problem. The white man need to do this for us. The white man need to help us. The white man need to get his foot off our neck. No, all we need to do is relinquish black and start acknowledging ourselves as Moroccan Moors and start putting together those constitutions that identify us as Moroccan Moors, have our state seals, have our flag, send that information, give notice to the governors of those states, send it and deposit it with the United Nations, you know, Secretary General, and send it to all the other countries. So that's all we need to really start doing. However, many of us, I think, are so comfortable, or many of us don't believe that we have the capability to do it. Many of us don't believe that it's our duty to do it. It's our duty to bring back our government. Why isn't it? Why wouldn't we bring back our government? It only makes sense for us because what is the power that is over us? It's not white people. All white people don't have power over us. Let's be real with that. So when we start talking about white people and power, uh, white people been lied to too. White people been told that we came here from Africa on slave ships. They've been told that same lie when our ancestors were already here, civilized, governed, building and taking care of ourselves. Why is that important? Why is it important for us to know? Because once we know that, it changes the way we look at ourselves, changes the way we look at others, and it changes the way we treat each other. Because knowing that we have the ability and we come from ancestors who dominated and ruled the entire earth, that's a big deal. That's why it's so important to keep that a secret. That's why it's so important to keep us going against the black and white thing, because when we utilize black or African American, there's not enough information for us to find out who we truly are, because that's the way America designed it. I like to be specific. I like, to strive not to use they. I like to say who I'm talking about. And I'm talking about America and the United States. I'm not talking about white people, because some of the people that are part of the problem looks like us too. So, and they are full-fledged Americans in their heart, and they could care less about our struggle as a people. Because why? Because they're taking care of theirs. And we have people that, as long as they're able to take care of them and their family, they're fine. I'm not one of those people. Sure, I want to take care of my family and make sure my family is good, because that's what men do. However, I also have an extended family, and my extended family are you guys. And don't get it twisted. I love all people. I'm not against any other nationality. I love all people. So I want to make that clear so people don't think I'm on something where I don't love all people. I want to see all people do well. However, what I've seen is my people, the people that I'm connected to, the people that I identify with, suffer the most. Not just here. In other parts of the world, we suffer. In other parts of the world, we have uh, been colonized, you know? Went to Jamaica, and I went to Jamaica, and it was heartbreaking because what I saw was Jamaica being ran by Chinese. Chinese were basically ruling over the Jamaicans, having the Jamaicans work for them. So why is it in certain places where people who are Moors are being subjugated by other people? Why aren't we coming together and doing business with each other? And the reality of that is we won't be able to do business with each other because why? As Americans and as Black people and as African Americans, we have to get permission from America to do it. That's why I push what I'm pushing because we no longer want to have to ask permission to reach out to other Moors around the globe, around the planet, around the world. Why? We shouldn't have to. When America decides to give Ukraine money, do America come to the people, or particularly us, and say, look, Black people, we want to utilize some of your money to help Ukraine, to help some of our brothers over there. Or we want to use some of your money to help our brothers over there in Israel. Do they do that? Let's be real. They don't do that. They don't take us, they don't come to us and ask our permission. So why do we want to remain in a position where we continuously have to ask permission to do things that they're doing without our permission? And as men and women and as humans, don't we have the right to be able to do what it is that we decide we want to do? Not it be decided by someone else what we should do and what's right for us and what's not right for us. I mean, just look at some of your city government. Look at some of the cities that you're from. Look at the environments of the cities that you're from. Look at how powerless we are when it comes to being Black people. It's a reality. We can shrug it off and push it off and try to ignore it, but it's a fact. We don't actually have the political power. What we're missing is political power. And without political power, we have limited economic power. And then the economic power, it messes with our social issues. And if our social issues intertwine with our cultural issues. So our key is regain our political power by reestablishing the 50 states. And as I said, we need 43 more. We need 43 more. So I'm going to hopefully, maybe Monday, I'll give you guys the states that are already Moroccan states. This way, you guys can know whether you're in a Moroccan state. And we're still working it out. We're still working out the kinks. So we need more people to get involved so that we can do more. So that's why I do this every, well, 5 days a week, so that I can get more people aware. And I'm hoping that you guys are spreading it. I'm hoping you guys are spreading it. So we did our 30 minutes. I appreciate you guys for taking this Friday to spend the time with me. And I love you like I love myself. Until Monday, I wish you and your families love, peace, and happiness. And be safe this weekend. Be safe and enjoy yourselves. Peace.